Here with a One Piece theory video. And from the title, you'd be asking yourself, what does Oars have to do with Kaido? And this is what I'm here to explain in my theory. Now, granted, this is a very loose theory that I doubt will come true, but it's just something I thought up. And basically, to explain the connection between Kaido and Oars, we have to go all the way back to X Drake and Scotch. Um, During that little exchange, we get a little dialogue saying that Scotch was gardening Kaido's favorite winter island, but we don't get its name. And one thing about Oda is he likes to name his islands. There are multiple islands out there that we just get to see for a few seconds and we know are not going to have any relevance to the story that are named. So the only explanation as to why that island wasn't named is that we've already heard the name, and revealing it right now would expose a major plot point. And I believe that plot point is that Kaido is somehow related to Oars. And that's because the only winter island that we know of that we haven't seen is called the Land of Ice, and that's where Moria found Oars Senior's body. Um, Now, my theory goes that the reason Scotch is guarding the Land of Ice is because Oars's father is actually there. He's buried there. Sorry, Oars Jr.'s father and Kaido's father is buried there. I think that Oars Jr. and Kaido are brothers. Now, let me explain this. Oars Jr. was, in his flag it said Oars Jr. the Third, meaning that three people had the name Oars before him. So that obviously means that his father was named Oars, but his grandfather was Oars Senior, the Oars that we know, the continent puller. So that means that there is an Oars that we haven't seen yet, Oars Junior the Second. Now, I think that he actually rests in the winter island that Scotch is guarding, and that's why he's guarding it. Now, in terms of the relationship between Kaido and Oars Jr., I think it's bitter. And I think it's bitter because Whitebeard and Kaido had an exchange, and I think Whitebeard had an exchange with I think Kaido had an exchange with Whitebeard because he wanted to get at his younger brother, his older brother, Oars Jr. for some reason. Now, that aside, because this is a very loose part of my theory, we know that basically his species lives a long time because 500 years ago, like in a 500-year gap, you have only 3 generations. That's what the average lifespan is, like 200 years and some. And I'm pretty sure Kaido isn't that old because he has not been titled as a legendary creature. He's just, Law has called him a big time pirate. But he's never been given the legendary title that Chinjao and Garp and Rayleigh been bestowed. And if he was that old, then he would have had that title. And that's why I don't think he's that old, and that's actually important later on. Basically, this is a mess. Basically, I think that during that exchange with Gecko Moria and Kaido, Kaido wasn't Yonko yet, and I think that's something that helped him reach that status. And um, I think that basically during this period of time, um, Moria found Oars' body in the island where he fought Kaido, took it back to his, took it back with him, and that's why he said something along the lines of, "If I had oars back then, I would have beaten Kaido," because maybe he thought that the continent puller's descendant wouldn't stand a chance against the actual continent puller. I mean, Kaido is a beast, like, so uh, he would have had to have some sort of reasoning besides raw power to say something like this. Now, I think there's actually a connection between the Land of Ice, the place where they found Oars, and Wano, because the one gleaming similarity that we find between Oars Jr. and Kaido, besides besides the Land of Ice, is Wano Kuni, and I think that there was some sort of relationship between the second Oars Jr. the second and whoever was the emperor of Wano during that point of time. And I think that Oars Jr. liked it and Kaido didn't, and that's what caused the bitterness later on. That's what caused Kaido to take over Wano after Whitebeard died. That's my perspective on the matter. I know this is way out there, but if you just stop and think about it, I mean, Kaido does look very similar to Oars, and Oars Jr. The hair, the horns. Oh, this is something else. We never get to see both shoulders of Oars Jr. or Oars. And I'm saying this because you know how the Kuzuki clan had a little tattoo in their back that identified them as being a member of their clan. Maybe it's the same thing with Oars, where the people that are descendants of Oars get a tattoo on one of their shoulders. With the original Oars, the one we get to see in Gecko Moria's arc, one of the shoulders is basically replaced with an artificial shoulder. Now with Oars Jr., what you have is both of his shoulders being covered all the way to the elbow, so you don't get to see anything there. Now, that aside, because that's also wide speculation, you also have actually, where is this? That's it. That concludes my theory. It's my first theory video. I hope you like it. I think there are a few things I'm leaving out, but I just can't think of it right now. Sorry if, you just think this is a waste of time. I appreciate it if you like it. Please leave a like if you do, leave a dislike if you don't. Please share your comments down below. And until next time, this is Moshokir, and I'm out.